shorty playing in the front yard of the crib. Fell down and I bumped my head. Somebody helped me up and asked me if I bumped my head. I said, yeah. So then they said, oh, so that means you gonna switch it on them. I said, yeah, flip mode. Flip mode is the greatest. You know, and as a shorty, I was always told that if I ain't gonna be part of the greatest, I gotta be the greatest myself. Come on, yeah, come on. Yeah, nigga, what a surprise. Give you something, make a nigga close both of your eyes. All my niggas getting money capitalized. Die, little small guy, we on the rise. Everything a nigga touch, platinumized. Full of your equip, you know we coming all on supplies. Got a big gun and I'ma show you the size. You fuck with any of my flip mode family ties. Me and my niggas be coming through, stalking you out. Killing off any and everything you talking about. See you in the club, now we walking you out. Should've thought twice before you went and open your mouth. Yo, anyway, we stay keeping it moving. Fucking with the wrong nigga, hope you know what you're doing. Now blame me, all the same niggas is lame. It's not a game, nigga name still splitting your brain. Y'all niggas had enough? Give me some more. Y'all niggas want the wild shit? Give me some more. Yo, Spliff, where the weed at? Give me some more. I know y'all niggas need that. Give me some more. Even though we getting money, you could give me some more. With the cars in the big crib, give me some more. Everybody spread love, give me some more. If you want it, let me hear you say it. Give me some more. Splash with a rash, give me my cash, look at my ass. Running with my money, son, go out with a blast. Do what you want, the niggas cut in the corner, you fucking up the order, go ahead and meet the reporter. Yo, she telling news on how you switch to a bitch. Little fake funny style, nigga chill with a snitch. So now I pass you straight, I don't got nothing to ask you. Make a little room for me, you know my niggas to pass through. Cartier, Sidney Portier, hooray shit. Roll with all of my niggas from around the way shit. When I come through, y'all niggas know I do my thing. Bring more shit to generate money. Cha-ching, arrest you, lyrically, flow will caress you. Bless you, then the nigga come to your rescue. Why you assuming nigga blossom and bloom? I'm coming soon, hit you with a boom, give me some room. Y'all niggas had enough? Give me some more. Y'all niggas want the wild shit? Give me some more. Hey, Spliff, where the weed at? Give me some more. I know y'all niggas need that. Give me some more. Even though we getting money, you can give me some more. Cars in the big crib, give me some more. Everybody's red love, give me some more. If you want it, let me hear you say it. Give me some more. Yo, live nigga shit, know what I mean? It represent why we getting money and reign supreme. Hope y'all niggas know we coming through full steam. Can't see me, better turn on your high beam. All my niggas while I'm ringing the siren. Flip mode, we go with niggas from my team. Never should you ever try to fuck with my cream. An OD when my shit get all in your bloodstream. Every time we be ripping and be blowing it down, blowing you all fucking with the hottest niggas around. Buckets with me and my people run through your town, holding it down, kicking the wild nigga, give me my crown. Hey, all my people need to come and surround. A nigga be hitting so much I make you fall on the ground. Sure to make you shot, that's what I be all about. Turning you out, making all of you niggas fall out. Y'all niggas had enough? Give me some more. Y'all niggas want the wild shit? Give me some more. Hey, Spliff, where the weed at? Give me some more. I know y'all niggas need that. Give me some more. Even though we getting money, you can give me some more. With the cars in the big crib, give me some more. Everybody spread love, give me some more. If you want it, let me hear you say it. Give me some more.
My goodies, my goodies, my goodies, not my goodies.
I got a sick reputation for handling brawls. All I need is me a few seconds or more, then it's a wrap. Tell the lady bring my lap, and I ain't coming back, so you can put a car right there. I'm the truth, and they ain't got nothing to prove. And you can ask anybody, cause they seen me do it. Barricades, I run right through them, I'm used to them. Throw all the dirt you want, no use. Still won't have a pen up in a fabulous room. Bone her back, picking out a basket of fruit. I love you, boo. Yeah, freaking Petey love you too. You know how I do.
You may look at me and think that I'm just a young girl, but I'm not just a young girl, baby. This is what I'm looking for. Sexy, independent, down to spend it, type that's getting started. Not being too dramatic, that's the way I gotta have it. I bet you want the goodies, bet you thought about it. Got you all hot and bothered, make us not talk around it. Looking for the goodies.
quite there yet, but I'm getting better at it. Matter of fact, let me tell it to you one more again. All I got to do is tell a girl who I am. Ain't there a chick in here that I can't have. Bada boom, bada bam, ba bam.
You're insinuating that I'm hot, but these goodies, boy, are not. Just for any of the many men that's trying to get on top. No, you can't call me later, and I don't want your number. I'm not changing stories, just respect the play I'm calling. I bet you want the goodies, bet you thought about it. Got you all hot and bothered, because I talk around it. Looking for the goodies, keep on looking, cause they stay in the jar.
All right, folks, how we doing? How we doing tonight? Do we get some F's in the chat for old Rush Limbaugh? I know some of you damn kids are like, "What's a radio?" But yeah, let's get some F's in the chat for old Rushbo there. All right, so we got some stuff to talk about tonight. Stuff to talk about. Oh man, do we have some stuff to talk about? So we're gonna talk about Rush. We're gonna talk about some of you probably haven't even heard of. I hadn't even heard of it till a couple days ago, but the Ravi Zacharias stuff. And I don't know. There was a Nintendo Direct yesterday. We might take a look at that. Didn't really look like there was anything in it I gave a shit about. But we might take a look at that. I am home. Even though I should be working. I should be making them boxes. But there's at least 8 feet of fucking snow out there. And now it's freezing rain on top of it. So I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that tonight. So I'm going to try and sit here and make a little money to make up for the money I've lost. They knew nobody was coming in. I already got told Wednesday, like yesterday, they were like, "Oh yeah, by the way, it's 8 hours Saturday." Like, fuck me. He's like, "Yeah, well, nobody's showing up tomorrow." And we're already just a little bit behind, so I'll stream today, and hopefully you all will shower me with shekels, because it's kind of a tight week. I got hit with all the mid-month bills right in a row, and my dumbass last month forgot to fucking pay the phone bill, so that was doubled up. Every time I try and set that fucking thing up on auto pay, it's like, yeah, auto pay is set up, and then like it just doesn't go through. It's just that one that I have the problem with. There's no other auto pay do I have a fucking problem with. But for some reason, AT&T doesn't want to take my money until they decide, oh, you passed it. Fuck you. Might need to switch. I don't know. I'm just with AT&T because of that chick with the big titties in the commercials. I'm a sucker for that, guys. She got them big old titties, and she's like, switch to AT&T. And I'm just, mesmerized. I'm like, must obey titties. What can I say? What can I say? I'm a sad simp like that. So we are going to, I guess first, talk about Rush. Rush Limbaugh, he passed yesterday morning. And that's fucking weird. I don't know about you, but like, look, we knew he was dying. He was one of those guys that was dying of cancer for like 100 years. Like, just forever. One of those guys like, oh, I have terminal cancer. And then it's like years fucking later he dies. It just... Where you kind of forgot he was even fucking sick. But it's weird. It's weird. It's just weird thinking that he's gone. Like I'm no spring chicken anymore. You know, I'm frankly getting old. And yet I don't remember a time. I cannot remember a time I was at all really even aware of politics, and I became somewhat interested in it at a much younger age than most people. But I can't remember a time that he wasn't this massive figure in the political landscape. And of course, you get all the leftists are like, well, fuck him, I'm glad he's dead. And then all the right-wingers are running around like, oh, can you believe that they would say something? He just died. And I'm like, yeah, I can believe it. I mean, look.
Have you heard of Jesus?
Oh, well, thank you very much for that. What is this? Mike Z... Mike, I'm sorry, dude. I'm not even going to try and pronounce your last name. But Mike has been so kind as to send us $5, and he asked, did you watch the Nintendo event yesterday? I did not, because I work for a living. But we might watch it tonight. From what I've heard, not a lot in it actually interests me, but we will take a look at it. But anyways, I don't think that the world is better off with Rush. I think Rush Limbaugh's did more good than bad. And he did some bad, and we'll get into that. But I'm also not going to sit here and be like, how dare these liberals? He just died. Because you know what? That would be hypocritical of me. Because you know what? When John McCain died, I was pissing on his grave minute one. That body wasn't cold, and I was like, haha, fuck him. You know, I think I was actually on the air. I swear I remember this, because maybe I'm misremembering this. Maybe it was someone else or something, but I swear I was actually on a live stream when some guest was like, oh, John McCain died, and I just went, good. Because John McCain was a piece of shit. I'm glad he's dead. The world was a better place the minute he stopped breathing. I don't believe that is true of Rush. That said, though, obviously a lot of lefties do. And I'm not going to sit here and be like, how dare they speak ill of the dead? They hated the guy. What am I going to act? Are they supposed to act like they didn't the moment he died? It's fine. It's just where we got this idea in your head that your enemies are supposed to mourn your death. I don't know where that came from. But it's not something I expect of them. Somebody says, yeah, he did the Family Guy stuff. That was cool. He did a whole episode where he guest starred as himself. But the first guest star he actually did on it, at least the first one that aired, who knows, what order they're recorded in. But the first one that aired is the one Star Wars parody. They're like in one of the hover cars or whatever the fuck they're called in Star Wars. I don't know. I'm not a Star Wars guy. But they turn on the radio and it's Rush Limbaugh talking about like, can you believe these liberals are trying to scare us, telling us that Hoth is melting? And that was actually Rush. But yeah, him and Seth MacFarlane were kind of friends. They got along pretty good, supposedly. Which is cool, because Seth is quite the lefty. Now, Seth is old school lefty. I mean, he's not, foaming at the mouth, blue hair, social justice motherfucker. He's more like a 1990s lefty. which damn near makes you right wing at this point. We're about 5 years away from, at most, we're about 5 years away from Seth MacFarlane being considered an alt-right Nazi. But yeah, and look, I'm not gonna sit here and act like I was a huge fucking Rush Limbaugh fan. I mean, I am on here numerous times, picking apart my problems with most of the right wing and with, normie conservatives in particular, and all of those abound with Rush. I mean, I'm not going to ever forget the Bush years when Rush was out there always talking about how great of an idea the fucking Iraq war was. All right. Oh yeah, it's going great. The media's just trying to make it look bad. No, fuck him. Yeah, he had some bad takes. There's no getting around it. But, yeah, he also did a lot of good. And Rush was a man that just sincerely loved his country, perhaps even to a fault. And that is kind of the great, tragedy of conservatism, even. I mean, he loved America arguably to a fault. And that's why he couldn't stand... Like, look, obviously the leftists want to paint a much more negative view of American history than is true. But on the flip side, somebody like Rush, would want to paint a much more rosy picture of American history than is true. America did some shit we shouldn't have done. There's no getting around that. But a guy like Rush, no. There were no slaves. What are you talking about? We brought those black people up over on cruise ships and gave them free room and board. What? Like, I mean, that's an exaggeration, obviously, but yeah, Rush, the typical conservative shit. And again, during the Bush years, I grew to flat out dislike him for a long time. I'm like, fuck you, Rush. And I will also never forget how much he absolutely shit on not just Ron Paul, but the whole movement Ron Paul represented within the Republican Party of, actual small government, actual liberty. I remember in 2008, I think it was, I'm pretty sure it was in 2008, he talked about, we could beat Obama. No, it was, I don't even think Obama was around, but he was like, no, it was 12. It was 12. He was like, we can beat Obama. Any of these candidates could beat Obama except Ron Paul. And I'm like, if anything, Ron Paul's possibly the most fucking electable of the bunch. And I know some people will fight me on that, but I still contend, especially in 2008 and to a lesser extent in 2012, that the anti-war shit made Ron Paul one of the most electable stuff. And the fact that he, there were a lot of people that didn't like the Democrats, but they also didn't like the Republicans. And here's a man that offers, an actual alternative. He says, Rush finally said he no longer had to carry Bush 43 water. Well, I mean, he shouldn't have been in the first fucking place. That's the point. I remember when he said that too, and it's like, you just admitted you've been intellectually dishonest for, 8 years now? At that point? But no, Rush was very much in the neocon camp. He was very much in the, I guess, just whatever you want to call it. But he was very comfortable with the W years. Let's put it that way. He was very happy with how W was acting, which is damnable in its own way. But again, he's done a lot of good. There's no denying he did a lot of good, and whether you like his politics or not, there's no denying that he completely changed the landscape of politics and radio I mean, he revived AM radio as a fucking thing, basically. Yes, Rush also loved him some Israel. Again, all the typical problems you would have with a Republican of his age, really. Rush was boomer Republican, just distilled to its pure essence. But, you know, S for chat, S for Rush in the chat, because you know I do contend that the world is a worse place for his passing. So we got some other stuff we're going to look at. Let's see if we can find an article on this so I can make sure I get the details right. All right, so it's from the New York Post. That's fine enough. Now, I was quite the fan of Ravi Zacharias before he died. Ravi Zacharias, for those of you who don't know, he was born in India, reasonably well-to-do family. Pretty wealthy, actually, I think. But at some point, he converted to Christianity. He had a actually pretty compelling Christian conversion story. And was quite the gifted apologeticist. Much more gifted a speaker than me. But, you know, he would go to colleges and argue with fucking fedoras and shit like that. He would just give lectures. He would argue with Muslims a lot. He passed away in May. And again, I always liked his writings, his speeches, his lectures, that sort of stuff. On theology. Boy, the moment you got him on fucking politics, he was a fucking moron. Again, typical conservative idiot. You know. I'll always use the Iraq War as an example, as a litmus test for whether or not you're on the right and you're a moron. Because if you supported the Iraq War when it was new, you're kind of dumb. If to this day you still defend it, if years after the fact you still defend it as a good idea, you're a fucking moron. At least when it comes to politics. And Ravi Zacharias, like a decade after the fact, was like, no, it was actually a good idea. The media just lost it for us. That kind of dumb shit. That said, though, on theology, he was a very keen mind. He was also, by all accounts, living quite the double life. Like I said, he passed away in May, and finally, there were the accusations would bubble up a little bit before, but he would, you know, be like, oh, these people were trying to extort me, all that kind of stuff. Well, it's all basically finally come to light after his death. I didn't know about this till a couple of days ago, literally, when I saw the David Wood, the Act 17 the guy that does all the Muslim shit. But David Wood, Christian YouTuber, he had a really good video on it. But anyways, we have an article on New York Post. We'll go through some of this because I want to make sure I get the details on this right. Now, he's been accused of sexual misconduct. Now, when I first heard that, I thought, what the fuck does that mean? Especially with evangelicals. Sexual misconduct. I mean, that could mean anything from, you know, raping people to, you know, well, he didn't cover his eyes during a movie sex scene. You never know with these evangelicals. Let's check this article out. Evangelist Ravi Zacharias accused of rape, spiritual abuse by his own church. It's not really a church, but you know, it's a para-church ministry, I guess you'd call it. But I mean, it's not a church. It doesn't have a congregation. I guess ministry is a better term. A prolific, lifelong Christian minister and founder of the eponymous ministry, which raked in tens of millions of dollars a year, has been accused of sexting, unwanted, touching, spiritual abuse, and rape. Famed Christian apologist Ravi Zacharias died of a rare spinal cancer in May 2020. Committed the alleged abuse to a large and yet unknown number of women over the course of more than a decade. A 12-page report by Ravi Zacharias International Ministries confirmed this week. We might take a look at the report, too. It is with shattered hearts that we issue the statement about the allegations against RZIM's founder, Ravi Zacharias. Began a statement by the independent investigation law firm, which RZIM hired last fall after insiders began believing various allegations made against Ravi Zacharias to be true. While claims of Zacharias' alleged misconduct has been reported online as early as 2015, the unraveling of his reputation did not start until the day of the 74-year-old's funeral, Christianity Today reported. During the live stream funeral, one of the many massage therapists Zacharias had sexually abused watched in a stupor, remembered the man who had allegedly groped her, masturbated in front of her. What is it? Why is it all these predators got to jack off? And what do you want to jack off in front of a chick for? I have never understood that. I jack my dick off because there's not a chick around. I've never gotten that one. Oh, okay. Masturbated in front of her and requested sexual images from her. The funeral was attended by public figures from former Vice President Mike Pence, football stars, and rappers. Mike Pence tweeted, deeply saddened to learn of the passing of Ravi Zacharias, a Christian apologist whose ministry for the gospel of Jesus Christ impacted millions around the world. Ravi was a man of faith who could rightly handle the word of truth like few others in his time, and he was my friend. Has no one come forward, she thought during the funeral, according to the religious outlet. No one. She found the blog of an atheist who, at that point, appeared to be the only person tracking Zacharias' abuse. She read and related to the first public accusation of sexual misconduct against Zacharias, Lori Ann Thompson's account of being manipulated by him into sending sexual texts and photos, and decided in September 2020 to speak to Christianity Today about the Canadian-American minister's alleged sexual harassment. It's weird that he's called the Canadian American. He was born in India. I guess he did live in Canada, then he lived in America. But he's not the Canadian American. Like, come on, let's be real. Oh yeah, he's so Canadian. he's all about hockey and corn chip. Come on. Alleged sexual harassment of her during his massage treatments, which were at a suburban Atlanta strip mall. RZIM initially denied the claims of her and two other state spa workers, but hired a law firm which this month found them to be true. The firm not only confirmed the allegations of abuse at the day spas, which Zacharias owned, holy shit, dude. What the fuck did you need to own spas for? All right. But also found evidence that Zacharias had abused women in Thailand, India, and Malaysia. Oh, well, that's where you go to do it, I guess. You can pretty much get away with it over there. They also found that he'd been receiving hundreds of images of young women, that he lied about not being alone with women besides his wife and daughters, who he kept a separate wireless plan than RZIM, and used tens of thousands of ministry, quote, humanitarian effort, unquote, funds to support 4 massage therapists. Oh, man. Using the money to keep his fucking side pieces. Oh, one of the massage therapists told investigations that, quote, after he arranged for the ministry to provide her with financial support, he required sex from her. Well, okay, in a transaction which she called rape. Well, she can call it whatever she wants. That's not rape. I'm sorry, that's not rape. That's pretty funny. If the only things getting raped there are the fucking wallets of his donors. All right, that's the only things he's raping, not you, sweetie. Okay, he's purchasing a product from you. You just happen to be that product. Oh. Oh, this sucks, man. I did like him. Oh, Ravi told the woman who is religious that if she spoke out against him, she would be responsible for the quote millions of souls whose salvations would be lost if his reputation was damaged. Okay, wow. Holy fuck, dude. What a shitbag. Oh, non-disclosure agreements prevented some alleged victims from being involved in the investigation. Ahead of the report's release, RZIM former Australian head Dan Patterson wrote on Facebook of his intense regret that Zachariah's actions were not investigated earlier. Quote, I feel disappointed in myself and others who could have pushed harder against the tides of submissive loyalty to demand better answers earlier. And that right there, the submissive loyalty, what did I talk about? That was a main fucking thing I harped on with the James McDonald stuff. Okay. Why do you think I'll never be Catholic? Because with them, it's actually much more of a feature than a bug. You know, submissive loyalty to your fucking leaders. But I'm not going to act like it doesn't happen on this side of the Reformation. You know, again, it's just something most fucking religious people just want a daddy to tell them what to do. You know, not just God. They want some guy to follow. They want some dude to follow. As there is no part of the evangelical creed that honors cowardice or sacrifices conscience, he said, I feel a profound sense of fear of the Lord, knowing that one day I too will give an account. Where, like the RZ report, everything done under the shroud of darkness will be made known. Jesus comes to restore justice through judgment. Oh, how I wish Ravi repented here. And that's the end of that article, looks like. So, yeah, holy shit, dude. Holy shit. Oh, man. So, yes, chat, yikes. That's a big yikes. That is a big fucking yikes. I mean, there's no defending that. You know, what are you going to do? I'm not going to sit here and be like, well, I mean, yeah, he just, you know, he's written a lot of good books. He's given a lot of good speeches, but, I mean, there's no I have not actually donated directly to RZIM, as far as I can remember. I bought a couple of his books before, but I've just bought them at a bookstore, so I don't believe I've actually donated to them before, but if I did, I'd be pretty fucking pissed. In fact, you know what? Anybody that has a receipt that they have donated to that ministry, the ministry, if they want it, you know, and they can prove that they donated, I don't care how fucking far back this goes. If they donate in fucking, you know, 2012, and they're like, yeah, I gave you $25 in 2012. Can I have that back now? You know, because I gave that to you to go tell people about Jesus, not for Robbie to be be fucking building a harem. And they should give. I mean, they won't. They're not gonna fucking do that. As far as I'm concerned, RCIM ministry should probably be dismantled. It should, as an organization, it should probably be dismantled. You know, maybe leave the website up as an archive for his teachings because they are valuable and all. But as a quote-unquote organization, employing people and traveling people around the world and all that other stuff, it should be dismantled. It should no longer be. I mean, the whole fucking organization was built around him. You know, so yeah, it should just not be a thing anymore. You know. Again, not just because of his behavior, but because of... It's not quite as bad as, say, the Catholic thing, because, you know, within the Catholic Church, there's clear evidence that not only was, you know, first of all, the rape of children, at least from what I'm seeing there, you know, no children were involved. That woman called it rape, but it didn't sound like it was rape. But also, you know, the people in the Catholic Church, they fucking knew. They fucking knew. You know, at all levels, they fucking knew what was going on, and they covered it up. I'm willing to give the benefit of the doubt that it just seems like the RZIM crew were a bunch of useful idiots that were as fooled by him as, you know, the world at large was. So it's not as bad. It's still really bad, and it's still inexcusable. And the organization as a whole should just not fucking exist anymore. Like, why should it exist? What fucking reason should it exist? Oh, it's doing important work. You tell me God can't raise up a million other ministries in a fucking afternoon if he wants? All right, this branch is dead. Cut it off. So, all right, moving on. Let's talk about the Nintendo Direct. I haven't really fucking seen the Nintendo Direct. I don't know, chat. Do you want to just watch it? Y'all feel like just watching the Nintendo Direct? It doesn't sound like there's a fucking lot in it that really interests me, but... Oh, so Nintendo Direct full presentation. Alright, let's go ahead and watch it. This is off of... I'm gonna get fucking ads out the ass. I know I don't have ad block, so I just don't, okay? Alright. Rating pending to mature. Alright, let's watch a Nintendo Direct. Why not? It's a snow day. What the fuck else am I gonna do? We're probably gonna skip ahead quite a few times because, you know, whatever. Due to COVID-19, release dates are subject to change. Yeah, that's great. Alright, so we got some weeb shit here.
One day, Pyra just disappeared.
God, I'm already bored.
Couldn't find her anywhere. It was as if she vanished off the face of all rest, without a trace. Where have you gone? I'll find you, whatever it takes. This is where you were. Pyra!
Sorry, Rex. I couldn't tell you. Because... I got an invitation to join Smash!
Huh?
Who the fuck is this?
Oh, I thought I was gonna be in Smash.
Just sit back and leave it to me, Rex.
Oh, God.
Behold the power of the Aegis!
Fantastic. That's great.
You powered up your Smash attack with fire?
Good God. No wonder I haven't booted this game up in months. Let alone downloaded any of the fucking DLC. Holy sh... I think I'm probably going to download Banjo next time I hop into it. God damn it. It's like Nintendo doesn't even know they have a Western market. Oh, lordy. I literally don't even know what the fuck game this bitch is from.
Flame Nova! Prominent revolt! Blazing end!
That's genius! You're pretty much owning them, and these are seasoned fighters!
There are no pushovers!
That's fantastic. Let's skip ahead a bit, shall we? Because I just can't even pretend to care on that one. All y'all Poggy Choppers are going to have a great time with that. I'm very happy for you.
In Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. This fighter releases in March, so we hope you'll stay tuned just a bit longer. All right, let's continue with our first batch of Nintendo Switch headlines.
What the fuck is this called? What is Twitch called?
Stumble toward greatness when Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout comes to the Nintendo Switch system.
Kind of just struck me as one of those just sort of, I guess for lack of a better term, just sort of meme games. Where, you know, it just sort of takes off on Twitch. And then 6 months later, we forget it ever existed. Alright, skip ahead a bit.
2021. You have 22 minutes before the solar system is destroyed. Venture into the vast reaches of space to uncover the secrets left behind by an ancient civilization. You have 22 minutes. After that, the sun will explode and the solar system will be annihilated. However, everything will reset, allowing you to continue exploring while retaining information you gathered.
Majora's Mask of space.
By repeating these cycles, you'll gradually unravel the mysteries hidden in the universe. What messages will you discover? How can you prevent the sun from exploding? Why is the solar system trapped in an endless time loop? Find out when the critically acclaimed Outer Wilds launches on Nintendo Switch summer 2021. Put your sleuthing skills to the test in 2 classic murder mystery games. Famicom Detective Club, The Missing Heir, and Famicom Detective Club, The Girl Who Stands Behind, 2 deep cuts from Nintendo history, are coming to North America for the first time. Localized in English and modernized for the Nintendo Switch system. Suspense, drama. Today on Nintendo eShop. A new the latest entry in the Samurai Warriors franchise.
I'm sorry, why did we even bother translating this into English? Because this is clearly not for the fucking Western market. Good God. Alright, what is this?
20 long years, Legend of Mana featuring remastered HD graphics is coming to Nintendo Switch. You'll set off on a journey to find the mystical mana tree seen in a dream. Before discovering the world map is empty. During your travels, you'll acquire special items called artifacts. Place them on the map to bring towns, dungeons, and other lands to life. It's up to you on
Very cool.
on Nintendo Switch, June 24th.
Yeah, we're skipping around, I know. I'm not watching 50 minutes of fucking hockey. Sorry.
have important news.
So it's finally beginning.
Go assemble the villagers. 50 years ago, Kamura village was attacked by the Rampage and Magnum Malo. And we suffered some devastating casualties.
How can we fight against that?
Our hunter's about to face the biggest challenge yet! No! We can't lose this gauge! Pull yourselves together!
You're not getting in!
Let's go, everyone!
Go rampage somewhere else!
You listen to me now!
Here it comes! Watch out for the apex! Do not let it pass!
The rampage. How long do you think it's going to last?
That looks alright. I've never really played any Monster
Noah,
Hunter games.
we should start preparations right away.
We're here to offer assistance. We must stop the calamity!
That was the latest trailer for Monster Hunter Rise from Capcom. How will our heroes fare against these ferocious monsters? Stay tuned
I
for
don't
the
know
latest
anything about
installment in the Monster Hunter series, launching March 26th. Next, please take a look at this.
The fairway is open once again.
Mario Golf game, alright.
Tee off in the latest installment of the Mario Golf series, coming to Nintendo Switch. Study the wind and terrain. Take your time to think things through. Then swing. Enjoy golfing with familiar Mushroom Kingdom characters on courses filled with lush, natural scenery. Use features on the greens, like a shot gauge, to see how your shot will curve due to slopes, and a scan that lets you examine a course's terrain. These features can help you ace your shots. In addition to button controls, you can also use motion controls by holding a Joy-Con controller like a golf club. Gently swing the controller to have your character swing in the game, letting you easily enjoy the sensation of golfing.
God damn it. I'm really starting to lean towards the idea that I just wish Nintendo would go fucking third party. Like, I'm just so fucking sick of their fun. And, you know, to a large extent, I like the Switch. I like my Switch a lot. The biggest thing I like about it is I don't have to have a fucking TV. That it is both a console and a portable. I really like that. Because I don't fucking have a TV in my room. You know, I just don't generally need one. You know, but I do like to play the Switch up there. You know, and I don't live alone, so it's nice to be able to play it without having to boot somebody else off the TV if they watch something. I really like that. The one thing I liked about the Wii U was the gamepad. The games where you could just play on the gamepad. You didn't have to... I really like that feature. That said, though, enough with the fucking gimmicky hardware and shit. Like, I just wish you'd just fucking make games. Just fucking make games. Oh. Like, I remember during the Wii U, you know, it was fashionable for every fucking, you know, like that land whale, Rich from Review Tech USA and all the rest of them, IGN and all, like, Nintendo's gonna go bankrupt. They're just gonna disappear. It's like, yeah, that's not fucking likely. The worst case scenario for Nintendo would be going third party. I mean, but fuck, dude, like, every fucking console they make is since the GameCube is ridiculously fucking underpowered. Arguably since the N64, although there are a lot of ways the N64 was much more powerful than the PlayStation. But they're all ridiculously under fucking powered. you know, and it just becomes its own little fucking ghetto where it's like, it's just this thing you buy just for some fucking Nintendo games. I am starting to lean towards that idea. Like I just wish, like it, you know, there are a few games on the other systems I wish I could play. I'd like to play a new NHL. I haven't played a new NHL game in a long fucking time. You know, I'd like to play the new Spider-Man game on PS4 and not so much the PS5 one. And there's nothing really on the PS5 yet, but there are games on those systems I'd like to play. Now there's way more fucking Nintendo games I'd like to play. But yeah, man, at this point, I'm just starting to lean towards the idea. I just wish they focused on games. That's the main thing. Just fucking make games. Okay, I'm tired of the motion control bullshit. I'm tired of the gimmicky bullshit. Yeah, I just fucking so fucking tired of Nintendo at this point. Like, just fucking like it doesn't feel like they want to fuck you as bad as the other companies, but it does feel like they want to fuck you. Like, everything with them is just needless fucking bullshit. Like, again, as I was talking earlier, you just refuse to fucking accept you damn near refuse to accept the fact that you have a Western market, let alone cater to them. But it's just utter bullshit. Like, just let's take a look at the Mario 35th anniversary. What a fucking disaster that was. You released Mario 3D World is a great game, and I'm glad it's on the Switch. I've gotten it on the Switch. I haven't dived into the extra Bowser's Fury shit yet. It's a great game, and it didn't deserve to languish on a failed system like the Wii U. Fine. Glad it's on the fucking Switch. That's not a new game, though. The fucking legacy content on your online store is fucking laughable. I don't play online games. Couch co-op master race over here. But everybody that does will tell me the online fucking connection on these games is just atrocious. What else did they release? Oh, they released a little Game & Watch that you could play Mario 1 on. Super Mario Brothers 1 on. Well, that's fucking fantastic, Nintendo. Because Lord knows I was hurting for ways to play Super Mario Brothers 1. Thank you, Nintendo. Well, we also have a Game & Watch game on there. Well, that's actually cool. I would love it if you re-release some more Game & Watch games. I love the Game & Watch galleries on the Game Boy, by the way, where you can both play replicas of the original Game & Watch games as well as them remade with Mario characters. So surely you put like all the Game & Watch games on this Game & Watch alongside Mario 1, right, Nintendo? Oh, we put Ball on there. Cool, Nintendo. And you know what? If they'd have done something similar with Zelda, because I think this month is actually Zelda's 35th anniversary. If they'd have released a little green Game & Watch that had Zelda 1 on it and the Zelda Game & Watch game, which to my knowledge has never fucking been re-released, that I think it would be worth dropping a couple of bucks for. We're not going to do that, though. It's fucking re-release Mario 1 again. Because, again, nobody has nobody has ways to play Mario 1, am I right? It's almost lost to time, right? You know what would be a great idea? If we put out a little plug-and-play system that had 30 classic Nintendo games on it, and it's shaped like a little Nintendo Entertainment System. And you know what would also be great? Is if we made about 10% of the fucking demand and let people knife fight each other in a Target fucking parking lot for them. Thanks, Nintendo. That's fucking great. Thanks, Nintendo. Very cool. Let's make sure we don't preserve our library of old games. And not only that, cease and desist letters for any fucking fans that do. Thanks, Nintendo. Very cool. We need more fucking Smash characters. I know. Weeb Girl from fucking Fire Emblem. Or no, I'm sorry, Xenoblade Chronicles. I'm sorry. Got the two mixed up because who fucking cares? And again, I don't even care that she's there. I'm not like, oh, she can't be there. I don't fucking care. But like, I remember a couple years ago when I'm like, oh, Bomberman is an assist trophy. But fucking Tuxedo Mask from some weeb shit game, that's a fucking DLC character. Cool. Thanks, Nintendo. Very cool. Oh, and the Mario 3D All-Stars. Look, I'm happy. I'll be honest with you. I prefer collections over remasters. Okay? I would rather you put a bunch of old games, basically unchanged, on a fucking cart, on a fucking little Nintendo Switch cart, and sell that to me, than sell me one game with slightly prettier graphics. Like, oh, they got a fucking Skyward Sword remake on here. Thanks, Nintendo. Very cool. That's definitely one of the most beloved Zeldas ever. We definitely needed that one back. Super cool. You know what you could have done, Nintendo? Again, because it's Zelda's anniversary here. You could have given me a fucking collection. Now imagine if they had put out a collection. Zelda 1 and 2 from the NES. Link to the Past from the Super Nintendo. You know? Link's Awakening from the Game Boy, the original, right? And, I don't know, let's say Minish Cap on there too. Right? Those games, the file size of an NES game is like less than a fucking JPEG. Okay, you could squeeze damn near the entirety of the fucking NES library onto one of these Switch cards. So don't give me that shit. Oh, there's too many games. Give me like 6 fucking Zelda games. And you don't gotta change a fucking thing. Alright? Slap it on a cart. Put $40 on it. I'm there, dude. Fucking pre-order right now. Alright? But then, like, oh, Super Mario 3D All-Stars. Okay, cool. Well, see, we're going to put Super Mario 64 on there. All right, that's fine. We're going to put Mario Galaxy. Oh, cool. That hasn't been released in a while. That's a fucking fantastic game. And then we're going to put Mario Sunshine on there. Oh, yeah, that hasn't been released either. Oh, and no Mario Galaxy 2, because just for some reason, people working on Mario Galaxy 2 didn't like it. Or there's some sort of weird internal politics where Nintendo wants to forget that game existed, despite it being beloved and well-selling. And look, I actually think it's overhyped. I think Galaxy 1 is the better game. Galaxy 2 just undoubtedly feels like fucking glorified DLC. It does. But it's a good game. It deserved to fucking be on there. But okay, fine. We got the 3 games we put on there. Cool. Any additional content? Any fucking art? Stuff like that? No, fuck you. It's the 3 games. And it's $60. Okay, fine. You know what? That's just fucking... It's $20 a game. I guess that's not too bad. All right, you know. I mean, I would prefer maybe more games in there. I mean, ideally, a collection of remastered games like Spyro and Crash would be pretty cool. But that's not really the standard. Okay, fine. I'll just take a collection. That's fine. Oh, and you know what else we're going to do? We're only going to sell it for a limited time. Why? And it's only going to be available in the eShop for a limited time. Why? Well, because fuck you. Arlo did a massive fucking video getting into like the limited fucking run of these things, which arguably makes sense. Arguably, giant fucking air quotes there, makes sense for physical copies, but not for the digital store. I mean, look back to the Wii. Think of the Kirby collection, right? You got Kirby's Dream Land 1 and 2 from the Game Boy. You got Kirby Adventure from the NES. You got Kirby's Dream Land 3 and Superstar Saga from the fucking Super Nintendo. And then you got Kirby 64? All in one fucking disc? That's rad. Why don't you get more of that shit? I don't even need you to fucking remaster it. I'm happy to have the games as they were. Shit, the ability to save progress as you go on some of those old games is all the quality of life fucking improvement I really need. Just give them to me all in one fucking chunk. Imagine if they did that with Donkey Kong, right? Imagine if tomorrow they announced, okay, here's your fucking collection, guys. We got Donkey Kong Country 1 through 3. You got Donkey Kong Land 1 through 3 from the Game Boy. You got Donkey Kong 64 from the Game Boy. And you know what? Fuck it. Let's throw in, because the file size is like nothing. Fuck it. Throw in Donkey Kong Jr., and Donkey Kong 3, the old fucking arcade games. Throw those fuckers in there too. I'm even content if it's just the fucking NES versions, because I think the actual arcade version of Donkey Kong is damn near lost, or there's rights issues or some bullshit. But fine, there you go. A whole shitload of Donkey Kong games. We're going to stamp that on one yellow fucking cart, stick it in your Switch. That sounds fucking fantastic. If they did that, it would be like Donkey Kong Country 1 through 3, and that's it. And it would be like a limited run, and collectors would be fighting each other in a fucking parking lot for it. So yeah, I'm fucking tired of their bullshit, man. I'm just so fucking tired of it. Like, Nintendo feels a lot more customer friendly than probably most of this industry. I will grant them that, and I will defend them that. Compared to a company like EA, compared to even Sony and half the time Microsoft, they are generally much more customer friendly. But at this point, with the state of the fucking video game industry, that's like, well, you know, I got gang raped by a bunch of people, and the one guy was nice enough to give me a reach around. It's not a fucking high praise to say that they're more customer friendly than large swaths of this fucking industry. Somebody says that feel when No Country re-released because it's owned by Rare. It is not owned by Rare. It is not at all owned by Rare. Just so we're clear. Okay? I don't know why everyone thinks that. It is not in the slightest owned by Rare. It is 100% owned by Nintendo. Just so we're clear. It was developed by Rare for Nintendo, and Rare held on to no fucking IP from, nor should they have, because you're taking an existing franchise and building on it. I've never understood this. Comic books do that a lot, where comic book artists are mad they don't own this character they made for an existing franchise, and it's like, no, you don't. Todd McFarlane to this day thinks he should own Venom because he drew teeth on the black costume. Like, no, I'm sorry to tell you, it doesn't work that way. And on it, there's so many Nintendo games that they just don't re-release. The fucking Game Boy Advance library. Why put that on the fucking eShop? My God, there's so many hidden gems on that. And I realize there's, you know, a lot of it's licensed stuff that's just probably never going to get re-released. That I understand that, but like, this stuff Nintendo fucking owns. The Virtual Boy. The fucking Virtual Boy. Those are games that don't deserve to be, you know, languish in fucking obscurity, only played on ROM sites or by somebody who fucking, you know, somebody who manages to get their hands on a fucking Virtual Boy. Yeah, the hardware was poorly thought out crap. Nobody's going to defend that, okay? There are quality fucking games on that system. The Wario Land game on it is fucking great, which, by the way, Wario Land needs a fucking collection. There's a Mario Tennis game on it that, I mean, it's the first Mario Tennis game. It's historically important for that aspect, but it's a decent enough tennis game. You know? Those would have been perfect, by the way, to re-release on the 3DS eShop. You know, with the fucking 3D aspect. People LOL the Virtual Boy. Yes, the Virtual Boy had good fucking games on it. Again, the hardware is crap. I'm not defending the hardware. I'm not defending having to sit at a fucking table and stick your face into fucking goggles on legs. I'm not defending that, okay? That is retarded. All right? The games themselves are pretty fucking good. There's some crap on there, obviously. Every fucking library has its shovelware. Virtual Boy Wario Land. Great fucking game. Doesn't deserve to be in obscurity. Mario Clash is a decent fucking evolution of the arcade Mario Brothers formula. Mario Tennis is a decent enough fucking tennis game. Teleo Boxer is a very interesting and downright complex boxing simulator with giant robot mechs. These games don't deserve to just fucking be gone just because they happen to get shoved onto a disaster of a console. The Wii U was a fucking disaster of a console, and it had fantastic fucking games. And again, it's always with the fucking gimmicky hardware with them. You know, ooh, 3DS and the Virtual Boy and the fucking Wii and the fucking Wii U and, you know, which was marketed so poorly, nobody even knew it was a fucking new system. People thought it was some add-on to the Wii, like a fucking 32X on the Sega Genesis. What else is in this fucking direct? Okay, we got Mario Golf, which, I mean, it's Mario Golf. What the fuck are you going to show me anything about it that's... Okay, so the next one is, what is this? Something I don't know about. Dynasty Wars. Okay, fantastic. Boy, there is just a whole bunch of fucking who gives a shit on this. Like, for fuck's sake, how's Breath of the Wild 2 coming? Oh, it's Miitopia. Great. Fucking hell. Boy, there's a whole bunch of who gives a shit on this. I know there's Splatoon 3, which... I mean, that's interesting enough. I'm not really a Splatoon guy, but they saved that for the end, I guess. All right, that's it. I'm not watching any more of this. So he says, I still have a Wii U hooked up right now. I had a Wii U, but the fucking thing broke. The gamepad just stopped fucking working on me. It stopped. It worked, but only if you were like a foot away from the fucking console. And you know, apparently I'm told that's a common fucking thing. I mean, don't get me wrong. I don't regret getting a Wii U over, say, like, you know, the PlayStation or Xbox at the time, because, you know, there weren't any fucking games on them that I really wanted. The Wii U had some great fucking games. Donkey Kong Tropical Freeze was great. Mario 3D World was great. Mario Maker's the first game that actually made me fucking hook a game system up online. You know, the Smash Brothers games, fucking quality. Mario Kart 8 was really great. I mean, most of those games got basically just remasters put on the Switch, because, again, the Wii U was a failed system, but... said Yoshi. Yes, it did. Xenoblade 1 is awesome. Well, I'm very happy you like it. We got K. Rool, though. That was a good addition. Let's see. Galaxy 2 being snub sucks. Nintendo is a toy company, not a dig at them, but that is their mentality. I mean, I don't know what the fuck their mentality is half the time. Use dark mode, get ad block, turn mic up. No, no, and no. Doesn't Nintendo have this on upload it while watching on IGN? Because it's the first one that came up when I searched it. And I don't care. Wow, a laggy video. Why is your video capture choppy? A laggy video of a video I could watch on another channel normally. Okay, I mean, I'm watching it and giving commentary. Go watch it on your own if you want. What the fuck you want from me? I want Christopher Cantwell for Smash. I mean, I'll take him over fucking yet another fucking weed person with a sword. Alright, well, that's about it for today. I think I'm about done. So, that's about it for today. Oh, I got some other stuff I gotta do today. Try and make use of this snow day. And, that's about it for today. If you enjoy the content, support the show. Streamlabs, PayPal, the Amazon wishlist down there. All that good crap. Somebody says YouTube's algorithm shills IGN super hard. I guess. Chris Campbell gets smashed in prison. Ooh, that's harsh.